So Bill O'Reilly is friends with Donald Trump. Of course, he's an ideological ally, but he's also friends with him. They've gone to like basketball games together. It's kind of cute. But he reacted to the debate the other night, and he sort of kept it real. Now, to be fair, it wasn't completely keeping it real because you'll see a part he says, "Oh, I think Trump won the first 30 minutes." Please. And there's parts where he says, like, hey, Kamala Harris doesn't have any solution. She doesn't bring up any policies. Like, okay, that's just not true. But anyway, but these are harsh words, especially because Bill knows he's probably going to get an angry text message or phone call from Trump within the next day or two. So look at what he said on News Nation. Here we go.
Donald Trump was foolish at times. He won the first half hour of the debate, but then he descended, as he always does, and I don't know why. I wrote a book on the man. I can't tell you why. I mean, they talk about migrants eating dogs and cats. I mean, that's something Saturday Night Live would do. Why would you even bother to do that? And to go back and try to relitigate for the, what, 8,000th time, the election 2020? Mm-hmm. I mean, Ms. Harris is right when she says, hey, we need somebody to look ahead. We got to get out of this. It's 4 years.
Also,
but what drives me nuts,
to independent voters especially, they hear that he thinks he still won that election, and that was the audience he needed tonight.
It does not help him at all.
Understand something. Bill O'Reilly always pretended like he was some sort of an independent, like he was a neutral arbiter. I'm just calling balls and strikes here. That's like sort of the way he portrayed himself to the world, especially when he was doing his Fox show at 8 o'clock in prime time. And he was the #1 rated on all of cable news, by the way. He got the most views. But he's always been a dyed-in-the-wool conservative Republican. He's always been down the line conservative Republican, barely hidden. He says, oh yeah, I'm an independent. No, you're not. You exclusively vote for Republicans and exclusively defend conservative Republican ideas. So for him to come out and say, look, he was foolish. I don't know why he brought up the shit about eating cats and dogs, and I don't know why he keeps denying the 2020 election. Not going to work. Not going to work. Bad news. Don't do it. Look, that tells me, here's what it tells me. Not only is it just every Democrat in the country said Kamala won that debate. Not only is it 80 or 90% of the swing voters and the moderates and the independents, but then you also have genuinely and sincerely ideological conservatives, Republican-leaning people, some center-right people who are right-wing, but they're not necessarily in Trump's cult. They're going to look at the debate, too, and be like, dog, that was not... In fact, I was just reading a post. There's somebody who was a DeSantis supporter, and, like, his favorite president is Reagan, and he does this long essay basically saying, like, look, he got cooked. He got cooked, and keep it real, she looked presidential. Now, normally I don't like those sorts of, oh, you look presidential. It's like, what do you mean? So if somebody does the right optics, they can trick people into, oh, yeah, vote for me because I look like I'm from Central Casting. That's really like low IQ kind of shit. But at the same time, if you have fucking DeSantis supporters coming out, DeSantis himself is not saying that. DeSantis is defending Trump and shitting on the moderators. But some of DeSantis' supporters are saying, Bill O'Reilly, again, who's going to get an angry text or phone call from Donald Trump, he's saying that shit? Bro. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. I don't know how else to say it. When your homie calls you foolish in the aftermath of it. Oh, Trump is so heated. What I'm curious about is who's he going to put the blame on? I know damn well he's pissed off at J.D. Vance because Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. I know and she's referenced the childless cat lady thing. Is he going to be mad at Tulsi Gabbard or Corey Lewandowski or Chris LaCivita or who in his inner circle is he going to make the fall guy? It's going to be somebody, but then at the same time, he's also going to be sending out a bunch of angry texts and making angry phone calls. Why aren't you defending me? I did great. I was jumped. It was 3-on-1. It was totally unfair. No, you did it to yourself, bro. You did it. There was a time when Trump could take on the people he's debating and the moderator. And there are times he did it and flipped it into a positive for himself. Now, he crumbled. And even Bill O'Reilly sees it. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.